everyone, and welcome to episode 59 of the Unwrapped Leader Podcast, where we get raw, real, and relevant in the new network marketing and helping you become a gifted leader in your business. And today's episode, we have a very special guest. His name is Alex Pfeffer. He's an entrepreneur, speaker, and business coach from Austria. He has led a sales team of over 1,500 people spread across 25 countries around the globe and has personally recruited well over 120 people as well in his network marketing business. So it's safe to say he is an expert in this space. He has so much knowledge and expertise to share with you guys. This interview was incredible. You guys are going to get so many takeaways. We really dive into his secret weapon when it comes to recruiting on social media. So I hope you guys enjoy the interview. Okay, well, welcome, Alex, to the Unwrapped Leader Podcast. I'm so grateful to have you on here. I'm so glad we got connected, and I'm so excited for our audience to hear from you. Alex is an expert in this industry. We got connected through Instagram, and I think that just goes to show the power of network marketing and what it has here, and that ability for us to get connected to other like-minded people, to surround ourselves with other people in this industry. And Alex has really got it figured out. He knows what he's doing, and I'm really excited to hear from you today. So welcome to the podcast. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much, Teisha. I'm super excited and I'm ready. I'm coming to you live from Miami, and let's dive into this.
Awesome. So I think we should get started with, if you want to just share with our audience who you are and how you actually got started in the network marketing industry. What is your story?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm happy to share it with you. When I grew up, I always watched my mom cooking. So I was very interested in cooking in general. So I was basically going in a tourism school, how I learned cook and basically service and all the hospitality industry. And I really liked it. But I found out when I was into this profession, I was a cook and I saw other people basically living the life where I will go when I don't do nothing, when I don't do anything different, basically. And that was interesting because I saw a guy who was basically the chef of the whole 5-star hotel, and that was incredible. And he has a daughter, and the crazy part was that he could never spend time with his daughter because she was in another state in Austria and they saw each other barely. And I was like, if I want to have kids right in the future, I don't want to live like this. So the reason why I was okay, I need to do something else, because I also met people who changed career when they were like 35. And I was like, of course I can be a chef until 30 and work until midnight every day, but I cannot do it for the rest of my life. And if I don't have something right now, what I can do for the rest of my life, why should I do it? Because I don't want to change like in the middle of my life. So I was basically looking for an opportunity. And it's like when you look for something, you will find it. Somehow comes into your way. And I got introduced to network marketing, and I was not skeptical. So many people are like, that doesn't work. I was like, yeah. And for me, it was okay. I just tried. So because what is the worst thing what could happen? Nothing. I mean, I can try it. And if it doesn't work, I just find something else. But I wasn't skeptical. My maximum fear was just please let me know if I'm not dreaming. Because if this is real, I mean, who would not do it? They told me about products that I can help people with. At the same time, I can build a team and earn a royalty on top of that team, and not once, and not only the people that I spoke to, and their people as well. And there's technically a ripple effect which never ends. I was like, all right, I gotta learn this right now. So and after like a couple weeks in the business, I realized it's more difficult than I expected. So, and I realized another thing. I was like, okay, this business is basically based on recruiting. So if I learn how to recruit people, I can basically print money. So if I just only learn this once, because it doesn't matter if the company is around like in the next 10 years, I can take that skill and can apply it somewhere else. And then I can build again. So that was basically the thing was like, okay, if I want to learn it, then nothing can stop me. So I got into this, and it took me so long. I'm telling you, it took me like 2.5 years to earn more than $2,000 because I was not so focused. And when you're a chef, I was 21 years old. You're always like cooking, and then you come around the corner with basically a business opportunity, and people don't take you serious, right? So and then I was like, okay, I need to build credibility. I need to find other people. For me, it was always easier to recruit people who I don't know. For example, somewhere in Germany, living 1,000 kilometers away, just on Instagram, sending them DM messages, inviting them on a call was way more easier than recruiting my friends. For example, with the friends where I grew up with, nobody's into the business. It's like, I just said, take a look at it, because if you don't look at it and I come as a Porsche and travel the world in the next 3 years, I don't want to get you that you're angry and that you say to me, Alex, you're not a friend. Why you didn't share an opportunity with that like this, like a couple of years ago? So I just want to make sure that you saw it. I don't need you in my business. I would love to work with you, but if you don't, it's totally fine. So this is how I got into this.
That's amazing. And I think it is so different from many other people's stories, having that skepticism around the industry. You truly saw that there was an opportunity here, but you, as you said, you took some time to really learn the skills and realize what you needed to learn. And so I do have a question on that. Did you hire someone to hire a coach or look to invest in yourself, or what did you do to really learn those things that you needed to know? Was it through like podcasting? Were you reading a lot of books at the time when you really started to see, I guess, that return on investment when you were in your first, 2 years?
In the beginning, it's so important when you're in network marketing, you have to educate yourself, because if you don't educate yourself, you get educated and you get influenced by all the other things around you, all the media, the news, social media. They influence you. But if you have to decide what you consume. So I woke up every morning, and I still do it, that I just listen to something where I want to be good at. For example, YouTube. You can learn basically so many things about network marketing, and you can watch endless keynotes from people who are tremendously successful. And I was every day listening, every day. I bought so many books when it comes to network marketing, and I read it all. And I was like, I need to, but the thing was, with that strategy, it was good because I could make, I don't know, like $1,500 like part-time. I'm always a numbers guy, so it's easy to, that's the reason why I tell so many numbers, because everybody says, yeah, I've become financial free, and it's like, it's not tangible basically, because it means for everyone something different, right? So that's the reason why I just share all the numbers, so it's easier for the listeners to imagine like what I did basically to get to the different stages. And then I realized one thing, like after 2 years, I need to find someone who I can talk to about this business, basically. And there was Eric Worre was coming to Germany, and that was basically he was only twice in his career, basically in Europe, once in Rimini and then in Germany. So I went there, and that was crazy. And it was like 3 days with this guy who like basically filled the whole network marketing strategy into my brain, and I took so many notes and like a whole book. And I went to Germany and I invested $2,000. And that was crazy. Like I invested $2,000, and after like 2 months, I made more than in my full-time job, just because of that investment, because I decided I need to get close to someone who's really tremendous successful in this game. And that helped me a lot. So this is what I did basically in the beginning to learn the skills.
Yeah, I love that. I think there's so much great free value out there on YouTube, podcasts. There's so many amazing people, but also attending those in-person events makes such a huge difference. And it's, it's proven that people come out of conferences and events like that, like investing in yourself, that is the best investment that you can make. And it goes to show, because you've been so successful here, that you've, really went into your own coaching space, and now you love to, mentor on your social media about network marketing and the industry as well. And so you talked about you needing people to take you seriously. And I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with, is seeing this industry sometimes as a serious career opportunity. And so I just want to ask you, like, what did you start doing to present yourself as an authority in this space? Like, what were those, like, I guess, key first steps that you started taking in order for people to start taking you seriously in what you were doing?
This is important to understand. It's impossible in the beginning, if you are the regular Joe, to attract high quality people into your business, because you are not the person yet. But the good thing is that you can become the person. So basically, if you don't have a success story, you just borrow the story of someone else. So for example, I stopped talking about myself, hey, look what I did. And basically I did nothing because I didn't have results. I was like, who are successful people in the business? So I borrowed their story to tell their story to my prospect. I was like, look what he did. this guy's doing this, and he started there where we are right now. We can be there and we can go to this life, what he has created. Look at this. And then I showed like different things, how he created his dream life. And so basically when you don't have your own story yet, then you just talk about other people. And this is how you can duplicate as well, because you don't need to become successful first. You just need to be good at telling stories and connecting people. And for example, I did this so often that I talk to people and say, hey, look, there's one guy who is tremendously successful, has a family like you, 2 kids, and he's like, I think making what triple amount would you make a year? And I think if you would talk to each other, I think it would be an extremely valuable connection. If it's possible for me that I can get him like on a call for like 30 minutes, would you also take your time? Because I think that would be extremely valuable and you would like each other 100%. Right? Something like this. So I tried to connect like all the time. And then the other person was like, hey, and they helped me basically to sign them up. So I got basically more quality people in my organization.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And I think the same thing goes for as well when it comes to, a product or service that someone is selling. You don't need to know absolutely everything about it. You don't have to have the, like success or before and afters yourself right off the bat. You can just take, someone else's success story. And that's why I think it goes to show how important it is to network online with people, to learn more about people, and to just have more of that information in your back pocket so that it's readily available to you to discuss with people and share that relatable stuff. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I really want to get into this topic of recruiting. That is the one thing people know they need to be good at here, but it's the one thing that scares the crap out of people when it comes to this industry. And you have a success proven system in place, I've heard. And I want to know, what is your secret weapon when it comes to recruiting on social media, whether that be Facebook, Instagram? Would love to hear a bit more on your strategy around that.
Yes, absolutely. And first, it's important that you have 3 main beliefs. You have to believe in yourself, that you can be successful in this business, and you have to believe in the company, what you work with, because you cannot sell anything that this is the holy grail when you don't believe in it. And you have to believe in network marketing, that this is basically that profession where you can accomplish your wildest dreams. So, and if there's one thing missing, people feel it. And this is so important. So, and you have to think, it's like, is it for me? Do I see network marketing as the most iconic business opportunity on planet Earth? If you say no, then you have to find an argument and you have to make more, you have to make a deep dive in this profession to find out why it's the best. Because otherwise, it's so difficult for you to recruit people, because people feel if you're not 100% convinced about the thing what you do. So this is the first thing, because people are attracted to confidence. If I say to you, look, this is the #1 business and this is the #1 company, and there is literally 0 company out there, nobody can compete with this brand because they have this. They're outstanding. They have the best products. They have the best compensation plan. You can look for years. And I'm telling you, after like 2 years, looking through every company, you will come back to this because it's the best. So, and if people buy that from you, then they start. This is the first thing. The second thing is that if people feel that you are there forever, they join. Because we see it so often that they say, yeah, we're going to build it. And then boom, your upline is disappeared. And then you don't reach him anymore. And then it's like, yeah, he sold me basically the dream. And now I'm basically alone. So, and if people believe you, they say, I'm going to do it no matter what. There is no way. You have to shoot me in my head that I stop. It's like, I do it until it works. You can start everywhere else, but I can guarantee you, I play this game until the very end. And this is what people love. People love things like this. And you have to become a person. When you say something, it's basically set in stone. So, and this is what, for example, I mean what I say, like all the time. And I keep my word. If I say I'm going to go there, I'm going to go there. It's like, if I say I pick you up in 14 days at 3:30 in the airport in Vancouver, I'm going to be there. And you don't need to message me a day before, because I become the trustworthy person, because this is what you have to become. People don't take you serious if you don't stand to your word. So these are basically like a few things, and what you have to understand to create the whole puzzle, basically, to become a world class at recruiting. And what always wins, for example, is energy. If you are excited, because when two people meet, everyone, like the person with the high energy wins. So, and this is super important to understand. And because we have to be excited. And the reason why network marketing is so amazing, because we are excited about what we're doing. For example, talk to someone, hey, what do you do for a living? And they're like, yeah, I'm a teacher. But nobody says, for example, yeah, I'm a teacher. And I teach like kids how to do this, mathematics, physics, everything. I'm so excited every day. I jump in the morning out of bed and I can't wait to drive in my class and to teach everything. No, the reason why network marketing works so amazing, because we have that excitement, because we're like, oh my, for example, when I saw this, I was like, wait a minute, you're really telling me that I can make basically unlimited amount of money when I just like build basically a team? I mean, I cannot, if I'm employed, I can only make like a specific amount, and inflation is outpacing the wages anyway. So there is basically, you have to make an additional income, otherwise you're going to lose completely. And when it comes to recruiting, it's just important that you are a good listener. For example, I don't want to recruit anyone. I just like to get to know people. And I meet people and I just ask questions, because the problem is when you meet someone, everyone who's in network marketing, we could tell 8 hours straight away why network marketing is perfect. So, and we can tell and speak for like all the time, 3 hours straight. But people don't care. If you speak, you should only speak 20% and 80% the other person, because otherwise it's difficult, because you cannot recruit, because when you don't listen, you don't learn. And it's important that you listen, because then you can find something what you can improve. So let's wrap this up a little bit. What is network marketing? So where can we help people? We can help people to make more money. Everybody wants to make more money. We can help people to get more time with their family. So basically, that's an opportunity what everybody needs. Everybody. And you can start part-time without risking what you do at the moment, right? So everybody needs it. So the question is, how do I present it? That's the reason why you have to ask questions. For example, what do you do for a living? Is it always your dream job? What do you do if time and money had no relevance? How would your life look like? What are your hobbies? You like fishing? Ah, nice. How often do you go? Only once every 3 months. Why are you not going more often? Yeah, because I have no time. Do you have a boat? No. Which boat would you like to have? I would like to have this boat. What's holding you back? I don't have the money, right? So it's basically, you just be in a fact-finding mission, and then you present him the solution for his problem. So, and if you do this, it works 100%. I see it all the time. I still see it. People are messaging like, hey, do you want to join my team? You look so amazing. You have nice pictures. We have an amazing community. Do you want to join it? Basically as a first message. And I'm surprised that companies, even now, 2023, are still teaching that approach and give people to like new distributors, basically scripts, how they can reach out to people. And this is so horrible. And I don't understand why they're not teaching that it's important that you become a good listener and then you solve the problems. Because look, the number one most important thing is health. If you're not healthy, you have nothing. Number two is love and relationships. If you're all the time sitting alone, it's boring. And number three is money. Everything else you can solve with money. So this is like everybody needs it. So if you listen first, what the other person needs, it's so easy to present your network marketing business as a solution for the problem. And for example, don't aim to recruit someone, because nobody wants to be recruited. For example, if I meet someone, I don't want to recruit. I message someone on Instagram, for example, who like a new person who's following me. I don't message him to recruit him. I'm like, oh, there's a new person. Let's see who is this person. Let's get to know each other. Or for example, I meet someone, a stranger somewhere, and we meet, I don't know, in the elevator, or we meet at the bar somewhere. And I'm not like, I'm going to show you and I'm going to put you in my business. So I just listen. It's like, who are you as a person? It's like, tell me your entire life story. Tell me. And I become so good at listening. I'm like, oh my God, that's a human being. And he has done this in the past and this and this. And now we're meeting in Miami and he's telling me like his life story and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay. And I listen so close and they become so good, so focused. I don't touch my phone. I'm just be fully present. And I just think, where can I help him to have a better life quality? And then on the next day, for example, I send him a voice message and I say, look, I remember all the time, Mark, when you told me about the situation where you're in right now. You're in a job where you don't enjoy, you don't see your kids, you wake up in the morning when they are asleep, you come back at home when they are sleeping already, you don't like it. And I realized when we talked to each other or when we met each other yesterday, you're a person with high energy, you're dressed well, you are very good at speaking, you have an Instagram following of 2,000 people, you have already a nice community. I think a man like you in the business where I'm involved, you would be absolutely amazing. And I think if we would work together, man, that we would crush it completely. Maybe that sounds crazy, but I think if you would do this opportunity, then I reverse basically everything what is not good in his life, basically. I say, if we would work together, we will have unlimited time with your kids because you can decide when you want to work. You can go on vacation all the time when you want with your family and your wife. You can live the life for your own terms. If I was, I open to take a look at it, basically. And it's impossible if you work with that approach that someone says no. Impossible. Because this is important to understand. It's so detailed on his things, what he wants to change in his life, that it's impossible to say no. Because even I put honest compliments in the invitation, and it's impossible by human nature to resist. I cannot tell you for like 50 seconds that you're the most incredible person of my life, give you honest compliments one after the other. And I say, hey, are you open to take a look at it? And he's like, oh, no, thank you. Impossible. Doesn't work. It's like human nature is like, no. Because it's like, it's honest, but it has to be honest. And in order to make an honest compliment, you have to be good at listening. And you have to pay attention. And this is basically how I recruited so many people, because I just put the focus away of myself and I was just focusing on helping and providing a solution.
That's amazing. And I 100% agree with the strategies. Cold messaging was such a thing in the past. And as an industry, we're continuously evolving and people want a genuine connection. People want to be heard. And so hitting, like you said, those pain points and realizing what people genuinely need help with and just going into a conversation looking to get to know someone and solving a problem and really listening to someone rather than just thinking, how am I going to recruit them into my team? Those are awesome strategies. I'm sure our audience is just eating this up right now. It is so, so good. So thank you so much for sharing your secrets there. So I think I want to wrap this up with, there's so many people in this industry right now who are like, I need to make it here. People are starting to see how important it is to have that extra income stream. And now more than ever, people do want to have that flexibility to work from home. People do want that extra time, whether that be with their kids or with their husband or wife or whatever that might be. So what would your best piece of advice be to business builders in this industry who are trying to make it? If you could leave them with one solid tip.
Yeah, one solid tip is just decide you're going to do it until it works. This is so important because I'm telling you, it's difficult. You have to learn it. It's the same. You cannot expect that you go into this business and then, okay, it's my first week and I'm going to recruit 15 people. So it's the same. Like if I would start as a chef when I'm 14 years old or 15 years old, and there's a guy coming to me and say, hey, you have to cook a 10-course Christmas menu. And I look at him and say, the only thing what I can do is peel potatoes. So you didn't learn it, right? So it's like, why do people expect that they can cook the whole thing when they didn't learn the skills? And it's so powerful, the phrase, I do it until it works. It's basically, it's interesting because we always, the humans, they just quit too early. For example, let's take a baby, right? A baby is crawling and then try to stand up and fall, right? And then crawling, stand up, fall, crawling, stand up, fall, like all the time. So, and is the mother saying, if she falls like after the 15 times, basically, The mother doesn't say, hey, just stay on the floor, stay crawling your entire life because walking is nothing for you. No, right? So it's just like, she's like doing it until it works. She's like, and the mother's like cheering. It's like, yeah, come on, another step, right? And then finally just run, and you can't stop them anymore. And this is how we should approach life as well. It's like we do it until it works. You read the book until you understand everything. You listen to the audiobook until you absorb everything, right? It's like you do it until it works. You start the business until you make 10K a month or 20K or 5K or $500 extra a month. And this is like, if you commit to this, for example, this is what I did. I was like, I do it until it works. There's no other way. You have to kill me to stop me. It's like, you see me at the top of the mountain or dead on the side, but I'm not coming back. It's like this, you cannot tell me that if I really dedicate my entire life to this profession, that I say, I'm going to crack this code. You cannot tell me that I don't make it. When there are people doing like nonsense all the day. So, and if I really want to do this, I mean, nobody can stop you. So if you decide after listening to the podcast that you say, all right, it's my time right now, I'm going to do it and I'm going to smash it. And I become the most successful person in my company. And I recruit 120 people in the next 12 months. And nobody, absolutely nothing can hold me back. Who should stop me? Nobody. So what you have to decide, first, like, I'm going to do it for real. And if you decide this, it's crazy because one thing happens. People realize they cannot stop. And at the beginning, they're like, yeah, it doesn't work, blah, blah. And when they see they can't stop, you just keep going, bam, bam, bam. You just hammer social media. They see you here, events, boom, they're flying every country, event, stage, like recognition. And then you get calls from out of the blue. You get them like, hey, can I join your team? I see you don't quit and I want to invest in your business. And they invest like $2,000. And you're like, where have you been the last 2 years when I tried to recruit you? You know, so, but you know, the thing is, it's so cool. You cannot force someone to start. But the thing is, you have to make a list because you have to make an overview. Who do you know, right? So, and then it's important you treat your list like vegetables. You just cut them as fast as possible because otherwise they rot and they get bad. So you have to put them off the list, knock them off the list as fast as possible. And you know what? People want to join your team, but they do one thing. They watch you. And I can promise you, if you are in this business 2 years later, they still watch you and then they join. And I have one important tip for you. And I'm telling you, this is a game changer. If you see it with the right perspective, nothing with that tip, I can help so many people. That's the reason why I share it to you right now. When you start the business, you expect that family and friends start with you, right? People you know, like friends from school, they join. And then you're like, yeah, but if I don't have the people, if I don't enroll someone, I don't know someone. And nobody is joining anymore. The thing is, if you would open up a different business, let's say not network marketing, you open a restaurant. So you open a pizzeria. You have like a huge welcome party. You invite a photographer, you invite the promi, you invite like a star, and it's a nice party, music, DJ, and all your family comes. Everybody has a lot of fun and pizza, and it is Saturday. And on Sunday, like, everything's empty, of course. On Monday, who is coming back? Are they still coming back? Your family, your grandmother, your father, your aunt, are they still eating twice a day, lunch in the evening in your pizzeria? No, they just came because of your welcome party. Do they come again? Yes, if there is maybe a birthday in the family, if there is an event, if they want to celebrate something, they come maybe like once a month. But what do you do on Monday when nobody from your family is here anymore? You're going to try to bring people in your pizzeria. You could walk on the street and say, hey, look, come here, I have the best pizza in town. You must be hungry. You look hungry. Come here. You post on social media. You do this, this. And you be creative. You try to find a way to get people in your restaurant. Different people, new people. And this is what I don't understand in network marketing. They start the business, then they talk with the aunt and the brother and the family, and nobody gets started. And then they're like, okay, this doesn't work. So just imagine if you would approach a different business, like a restaurant, with the same approach with your network marketing business. You would fail completely, but you don't do it. Why? Because there's way more investment in it. If you open up a restaurant, it's like 50,000, 80,000, 100,000. You don't say like after the first week, it's like, Okay, it's nothing for me. No, because you got a loan, you have the bank is waiting for the money, you have employees, this. You're going to take it serious. The problem is with network marketing, it's too cheap. People start, invest $1,000 and they're like, yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, let's quit. Because where you can walk in very easy, it's very easy to walk out. Network marketing, in my opinion, is too cheap. Just imagine if you paid $10K to get started. You would treat it completely different. You'll say, okay, I gotta make this $10K back. And this changed so much if you have the right perspective.
Absolutely. I think people get in their own way all the time, and people truly only fail in this industry if they physically decide to stop and to quit. So excellent advice. Thank you so much for sharing all of your expertise and knowledge with us today. Before I let you go, where can our audience find you?
On Instagram, _Alex Pfeffer, and on YouTube, Alexander Pfeffer. And I'm sure we place the links below the podcast episode. You just need to scroll down and type on it. On YouTube, I have a YouTube channel where I share some tips. And yeah, I'm super excited to connect with you.
Wonderful. Yes, we will put all of your information, Instagram account and everything like that in the show notes. But again, thank you so much for being on the Unwrapped Leader podcast. I'm very honored to have you as a guest. And thank you again for everything and for pouring into our audience today.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, and it was absolutely amazing.
Well, there you have it. That is the interview with Alex Pfeffer. If you guys want more information on how you could find him, we have left all this information below in the show notes. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video, comment with your biggest takeaways from Alex's recruiting tips, as well as subscribe to our channel. Click the bell so that you guys never miss out on an episode. And we can't wait to see you next week on the Unwrapped Leader podcast. Bye, guys.